Well, hello. Hello, hello, hi, this is me, this I, small time Didi, or Khadi on these every internet, and I'm back. Hello, y'all. Okay, I want us to quickly talk about the Mummy Club Durban, and I want us to just hash it out a little bit over Christina and Lenore, but mostly Christina. There's a girl on there. We're 4 episodes in, it's on Showmax. It's okay. There's still some awkwardness in the air. Give me a second. I downed my tea. So now, sorry about that, guys. Um, there's a girl on there, Christina. She is about 26 years old. The cast is the age group spans from like 20s there, and I think Lenore is probably late 40s, maybe 50. I forgot how old Lenore was, if she did share that. Predominantly an Indian cast, I would say. Yeah, I would say. Lenore is the only colored girl on there. Yeah. It's slow because people are still getting used to the cameras. There are some awkwardness. People are trying to get to know each other. We have twins on there. It's always nice when you have a couple of relationships that are real and then everybody else is an acquaintance and they're trying to make it work. It works out better that way. I feel like a lot of the reality shows we're enjoying as Mzansi, we're liking them a lot because the cast is family. Like the Shabine Queens I mentioned in another video. I don't know which one I'm gonna post first. Shabine Queens is working because we're dealing with family units. It's real dynamics, right? The Bala family is working because it's a family unit, right? With extended families and like, and it's a real thing that we can work with it. That's why, and I don't know why producers keep insisting on force feeding us a manufactured friend group. I don't understand why they keep casting randoms who were at an event together one time and trying to convince us that these people are best of bombers and we must run with it. It does not work. That's how the Real Housewives of the original ones, the Atlanta. That's why those things aren't working anymore because they're inauthentic. The relationships aren't there. Remember the original Real Housewives of Atlanta? Kim and Nene were actually mates, right? Cherie and Nene had their own, we don't really like each other. But it was real. There was some real, and then it started being like you string people along, oh, they kind of sort of know each other. It doesn't work when we do all of that. It doesn't. And the same is happening with this Mummy Club Durban, I feel, but we'll see how it goes. Christina is 26, like I said. I think she's a mom of one or two. I don't remember. She's not here's what's happened with Christina. Christina meets the entire cast. She had lived out of Durban for a while and has moved back. She's obviously young. Her husband is 30, I believe, and he's just graduated. He's a doctor and stuff. So everybody's very accomplished on this cast, or they show up as accomplished, with two doctors, the twins. The twins are occupational therapists. And then we have another, I don't remember all their names because honestly, they meet up at this baby shower that they're having for the stranger. Nobody knows this girl, but they all are invited to this baby shower somehow. It's a whole mess, honey. But they get there. Londi from Real Housewives of Durban, not Londi London. Londi, who is clearly not interesting, by the way. She's Nonko's friend. Production and Nonko, or she knows somebody in production, but somebody keeps trying to plug her, and I plug her. She's unpluggable. Londi, Balikilo, let me remind you, Londi there on Real Housewives of Durban. She came to her and Thinga don't get along. Who was this new girl? She's an English name. Amy. Her and Amy have their own beef, right? And she was invited to Angel's lunch that they had where Mabusi ended up getting into it with Jojo. Londi arrived at that lunch, fell flat, has nothing to really contribute. Granted, she was a friend of the show. It's not even her first season, whatever. But Londi was tasked with putting together a the baby shower, so the setup for the baby shower. Mind you, there by Real Housewives of Durban, they were trying to like posture her as a construction mogul. Mama could barely put together a balloon garland. A motherfucking balloon garland. Could not put together and I'm supposed to believe the girls are always trying to come onto the shows and act bigger and better than what they really are. And we clock you quite soon because you're now doing events. And I'm not saying a bitch can't be multifaceted because hello, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, which one is it? Like, are you good at either one of these things? Because ain't no way you are a construction boss, babe, and then you can't put together a little baby shower. And she wasn't called to put together the baby shower as like Ngani. No. She's not even on the cast like that. She's the event planner. I don't know how we got her being an event planner, but again, the layers, layers, they're multifaceted, whatever. It was not nice. Everybody was clearly disappointed, but we let it go. And like these girls are very fabulous. Like this particular cast is what the Johannesburg. So, guys, can we talk about how Joburg is not the bitch she thinks she is? Like I don't even follow Raj. I don't fucking watch Raj. Like they put Raj on they put Raj on DSTV something where they thought I was going to upgrade a package to watch was wonky BBL. You got me fucked up. Do you understand? Like, I am a whole Rahadi bitch. Like, you're not about to play me. What? I'm wearing a cardigan. You cannot play me. Do you understand? So anyway, Real Housewives of Johannesburg is amazed the bitches don't got it like that. And then the Real Housewives of Durban, they had Sosa on there. They had Jojo, who's a Kip girl out there. Maria's out there putting together some Shein fits among, just saying, trying to, but they're trying. And this time, the Mommy Club Durban, those girls, like their homes are proper. Their lifestyles are proper. Some of these girls on the Real on Mommy Club Durban, we ain't seen their houses. The last time we saw their houses was on the internet when it was trending because it was allegedly being auctioned. But okay, Armo, let's move on with the Christina because I'm 8 minutes in and we're not even talking about Christina. Anyway, Christina is somebody who has grown up in an environment where the kind of things she does and says aren't corrected and perhaps are part of the fabric of the world she comes from. And so she's now doing it in a space where it's not allowed and she doesn't understand why it's not allowed. This is what happens when you do your little things at the table that are like at the dinner table that are like racially charged or have like racial overtones, because it's not undertones for me, racial overtones. And then you forget to tell your kids, oh, this is like Gombay's chatter. We don't do this out. We don't say it outside. Outside, we're a fucking rainbow nation. Okay, don't do all that shit. This is what happens when you're dealing with like a dense kid and you don't realize your kid is dense, and then you do your racial overtones things in front of them. Then they carry them out into the world, and then they embarrass you up on here, the national television. This has happened. Christina meets everybody meets each other at this baby shower, and then she says to Lenore, we don't see this on screen, but she doesn't deny it. I didn't see this part, but she said to Lenore, oh, you're colored. Lenore has got like, she's one of those people who's got like, she's a mixture, she's a Rainbow Nation baby, right? Like she's got like an Indian grandfather and then a Zulu grandmother and then a colored, like there's a lot going on with her. And she carries those identities with her. Which is perfectly fine. I would say Tyler is the same way, and people want to talk about, but I told you guys, it's not my job to defend a colored person's identity, right? At the same time, I can't let a bitch like Christina play my face like that at the exact same time because she knows what she's doing. I don't know. For me, when you say, "Oh, you're colored," it reads to me as you're not used to being in social spaces with non-Indian women, especially something as intimate as a baby shower. You would assume that the baby shower is for like an Indian lady. There's going to be other Indian ladies there. That, or perhaps the premise of the show was sold as like an Indian cast, because Durban has like a lot of Indian people. That, like, South Africa, from what I understand, is has the second largest population of Indian people outside of India, from what I understand. And Durban, like, a lot of Indian people live in Durban, right? So I suppose for her, she was either it was pitched to her that way, or she just had that expectation. But either way, it stinks. Like, it's top of mind. I just can't imagine showing up to a baby shower where neither one of us really knows the pregnant lady that well, and then I see someone, I'm like, "Oh, you're white. Where does that come from?" Unless I'm not expecting that anybody would want to seat me at a table with some white bitch. Like, unless that's where that's coming from. And honestly, what happens then moving forward now leads me to believe that's her tone. She's one of those people where it feels like certain people belong in certain roles. Like, she's not like racist because her helper is black. Do you understand? Christina just wants to hear herself talk. Christina, get do a YouTube channel, bitch. You can just talk. I've been talking to myself for like over an hour now. I recorded one video. I'm recording this one now. I did a reel. You could just talk and talk and talk, and then nobody could interrupt you. Do you understand? Do what I do. God, girl. Christina talks and she's very insecure. These are the genesis, okay? This here is the genesis of a woman who is young but has already kept herself. Like, she's already talking about all. It's like, I must come on here every 2 minutes and tell you guys that, I actually only have like 2 modules to finish that degree. Did I finish it though? Then why are we fucking talking about it? Go finish the fucking degree, bitch. You want to be a degree bitch so bad, Didi, go finish it. Yes, it. Because she's constantly feeling insecure. It's like the regret has set in because she's decided to play the role of homemaker, wife, mother, all of that stuff. I don't know if it's she's already feeling trapped. She's 26. She's already feeling trapped in her decision. So she overcompensates by like talking about what traveling she's done. She leads with her husband's accomplishments. Whereas like everybody at the table who's in like the medical field, they're older and they studied further. The women sitting there, they're more accomplished than him. None of the women there who are that accomplished led with their careers, never mind their husbands. She did that. And one of the twins makes mention of that in the fucking what's it called? The confessionals. Her insecurity is loud. It's loud, and I suppose sitting there in my mind, the one person that will still be beneath her in her mind is that colored bitch. Right? Yeah, I didn't finish my degree, and I'm making like my husband is a surgeon when he's not. Okay. And I'm making like I'm more traveled than I actually am. I'm doing all of this stuff, but I'm Indian. I'm Indian. Because Lenore throws a party to launch her bag collection. She's a fashion girly, to launch her bag collection and stuff. And as she's giving her speech, she talks about how she entered Miss India KZN years ago, and she actually won. And she goes on to then explain her heritage. So she explains her heritage before all of this, so people know why she qualified to enter this competition, which again, I suppose could lend itself to the Chidima Vanessa saga of like, but if this could qualify Lenore, why were we this? But I'm not here to do the identity like politics conversation, okay? She qualified apparently, and Chidima had qualified for all intents and purposes. The only point where it was like, oh, stop the lorry, was when they were like, okay, the documents don't like may have been obtained illegally. That's when the discrepancies happened. But for all intents and purposes, she had qualified, right? So the same for Lenore. She had qualified because she has Indian heritage. And it's bothering Christina. But Christina wants to frame it differently, right? It's a backhanded compliment of like, oh, yeah, but you're so brave for having done that, considering you didn't look like all the other girls on the stage. Because, typically all the other girls would look like me, like brown. So a gatekeeping of an Indian identity, if you would like, and it's hers. If she wants to do all of that, great. What she shouldn't do is be snide about it and be a little like backhanded about it. Try to act like you were saying something that you weren't saying. You said what the fuck you said, which is that you don't look like the other girls, but in your mind, like you mentioned, she didn't look like the other girls who look like you, but she was brave enough to do it anyway, right? And now you want to clean it up, right? You want to make it cute. What you really want to say is, but how do you qualify to sit on that stage with the other Indian girls when you are colored? As you said in the first episode when you met her, you dead ass just said she's colored. So in your mind, she does not belong there. Now, that wasn't the time to say that. Her family's there, her children are there. She's speaking of her accomplishments, and you think it's time because you can't, again, just start the YouTube channel, mama. You can talk all you like up on here. Nobody's going to tell you to shut up. They may, but you can delete their comment. You can even like it. You can ignore it. Like, you understand? But start a YouTube channel. Okay? You don't even have to make all your videos public. That's my advice. But she's being backhanded. And then when they're all done, Lenore pulls her to the side and she's like, may I just speak to you, like, away from the ladies. And she's like, you need to watch what you're going to say before you say it. You're doing that. And she pulled her to the side to have this conversation, right? My God, you're not my mom. You can't tell me what to. And I felt like Lenore was so respectful of her. And even in her approach and the language she was using, she did not attack her. But Christina is never wrong. There's a type of girl like Christina. They're not wrong and they don't change. You know that annoying, like Tani, that annoying, like Rahadi, that annoying auntie, that annoying older woman who wants to point out everything that's wrong with everybody, who wants to, and it's sad because she is one of the youngest, if not the youngest on the cast, right? And when it suits her, she is young and hip and espousing to me what are dietary concerns that border on like orthodoxia. I think that's the term for it. That stuff where you are like almond mommy, like where you like, oh, this is healthy. It's not, oh, the kids kind of sugar. And you're very like helicoptery around like preservatives and all of that stuff. But it's really just like restrictive eating, like any other kind of restrictive eating, right? Like it's just, it's more acceptable. It's cute. You can, it's organic and it's right. That's a very, I'm not saying the older women weren't doing it. They have their own stuff, but it's very us. It's very young people, all of that. Oh, preservatives and oh, blah, blah, blah. She wants to be that in this breath. And in the next breath, she wants to espouse like ways of the old, of like Lenore shouldn't wear that because she's old, and old people shouldn't call their stomach, shouldn't show their stomach area. And she dead as calls her old as they're having this conversation, uses what inevitably happens to all of us, provided we're blessed enough to have enough life, to shame this woman. Like the age is shit. It's like you're too young to be this. But she is how we see how that old woman happens. Like I said, the regret is already setting in for her that her man's a doctor and she must play house, but clearly her ambitions were cut short. and she's already resentful. So when she's sitting at a table with all these women, she's feeling the need to posture as if she's just as accomplished. And, just because she's at home taking care of a kid, it doesn't mean she doesn't know stuff. This woman is explaining what a dirty chai latte is to a woman who owns a chai company. I'm not lying. Go watch it. Why are people so like? I went to the Mug and Bean a while ago, like probably over a month, 2 months ago, and I asked for one. I asked if they have a dirty chai latte, and somebody's like, "It's not a latte; it's just a dirty chai." Bitch, if it's got steamed milk in it, I just didn't have the energy to argue with you across from me, right? And why are you asking me how many shots of espresso? I already say dirty. That's already double. That's how I know it to be. But there's a thing around coffee, I realize, where it's like people want to show you they know or that they don't know. I know what I like. And if I learn something new, I make sure to learn about it so I know what I'm drinking, right? Because sometimes I'm trying to recreate it at home for cheap or whatever. So don't tell me what I know. Or I guess I'm Christina. Except Christina didn't know what the fuck she was talking about, because Christina was like, maybe they just do it differently in Cape Town. No, bitch, maybe you don't know what you're talking about. Go back to school. Do things that make you feel accomplished, because you are already that person who feels like they are left behind in life and they must you use your husband's credentials to try and bolster your position at the table. These women are married to surgeons, and they are like physicians and stuff. Like, you look stupid. It does not look good over there. I guess I just reviewed the show if you want to know what's been happening on there. But that's it. Mwah. Banyala.